Robert Haley stars as Charlie McMahon in Just Watch.
Moving up.
The drug squad surveillance?
You're just bursting with enthusiasm, aren't you?
No, it's just that...
It's absurd. Trading the excitement of cruising the track in a comfy, well-marked patrol car for the most boring job in the world?
Come on. An assignment with the drug squad is definitely a step up the food chain.
You're going to be in the surveillance van, Jolene.
I'm working with Barry Doyle.
No kidding. Who's he when he's home?
Just the top-performing undercover cop in the city.
Never heard of him.
If you had, I wouldn't be doing my job.
Barry! How long have you been there?
Long enough to be flattered.
You ready to go?
No rush. Finish your Perrier. So wait, don't tell me. Malcolm Fieldstein and Charlie McMahon.
You know us?
Better than that, I know where you live.
That's all.
Yeah, you're famous down in narcotics. For sticking your nose into other people's business.
Been known to happen.
Yeah, it works out sometimes, too. Or so I hear. Jolene, these two amigos have me worried.
Why's that?
Because you guys are a team, right?
We've worked a few cases together.
Yeah, real pals, you could tell them anything. But in narcotics, you know how we feel about sharing.
Sharing what?
Anything. You work narcotics, no one ever gets to know what you're doing, especially old pals.
The drug squad is breaking up the old gang of mine.
I'm sorry, Malcolm. It's part of the job.
That's the attitude. Now, boys, don't put temptation in this officer's way, asking questions for which there are no answers, until after arrests are made. That's the sort of thing can ruin a promising career. Van's outside.
See you, pal? I hate that guy.
Yeah. You watch him, Jolene.
Come on. Working undercover, everything is confidential. We all know that. Besides, I think he's dashing.
Dashing? Shifty's more like it. Of course, shifty is normal for a narc.
Jealous?
Jealous? Starting tonight, your biggest problem will be too much Java and back-breaking boredom. Of course I'm jealous.
Yeah, we're both green with envy. Just be careful out there, right? Those guys, they play by their own set of rules.
Yeah?
Charlie?
Malcolm, what time is it?
I'm at St. Mike's. It's Jolene.
What?
She's taken a hell of a beating.
What? On her first night?
Yeah, it's pretty weird. She's asking for you.
The suspect wasn't even home. We were just waiting. Barry was going to bug his Land Rover.
Doyle was with you when you were attacked?
No. He got a call in his cell. Said he had to take off for a bit. Said our guy never came until after 4.
So when did it happen?
Not too clear. About 2:45. This kid tapped on the window. She looked about 15, 16. Panhandling. I figured, give her a couple of bucks, get her to go to Frederick House. I rolled down the window and the kid reaches in, hits the unlock button. Before I could do anything, the other one's in the back door and he hits me. Hard.
What did they want?
Drugs? Oh. I don't know. They figured me for a dealer. I told them I got no drugs. What you doing here then? And then the big blonde guy just goes psycho. I covered up, leaned on the horn. That's all I can remember. Oh, man. I messed up good.
Hey, it's okay. Just rest. We'll be back later.
I'm tired. Just real tired.
Man, she's a wreck.
Yeah. Where the hell was Doyle?
I don't work for you, and I don't answer to him.
You damn well will answer to me, whether you want to or not. Where in the hell were you?
Look, Barry, I wouldn't be here if the chief didn't want to protect you. If he can.
I was working another case, okay?
So what? You don't leave a rookie alone her first night on the job, especially down there.
She knows the track like the back of her hand.
What about the other case?
I can't talk without endangering my informant.
What a load of crap.
Charlie, calm down. He's been up all night.
At the hospital with Jolene, as if you care.
I do care.
Funny, I didn't notice you coming in.
What's the other case?
None of your business.
Barry, you could end up losing your badge.
I won't give up my source. End of story.
This still gives me the creeps.
It's just a little innocent hacking. Besides, we checked his police records and didn't come up with squat.
Yeah, but you shouldn't be able to access his credit rating.
Which is poor.
And how much he owes the bank.
Tons.
And his child support payments.
One daughter, Cynthia, age 16. Support unpaid for 10 months.
Enough!
I don't know why you get so upset. Okay, we're invading his privacy, but you know he'd do the same. Besides, up close, this guy's a worm.
Maybe this close up we all are. Besides, he's a cop, not a criminal. Let's go back to his case files.
Been there, done that. His current caseload is thin. There's the stakeout he and Jolene were working on, and a middleweight sting operation. He's posing as a dealer and is scheduled to sell some stockbroker from Richmond Hill a key of H. Bada bing, bada boom. One less traitor watching The Sopranos on his home theater.
Doesn't sound like the kind of case where your snitch ends up dead in a dumpster.
Farthest thing from it.
Can you check the Fink Fund? Find out who he's been paying off?
Not a problem. Except he hasn't made a requisition in 2 months. Geez, I gotta go.
Why?
Jolene called. They're releasing her this afternoon. Gotta drive her home, make sure she's set up okay.
They're releasing Jolene?
Yeah, I know. But what it comes down to is a flat nose and a couple of broken ribs.
Plus a mild concussion, and 15 stitches, and a body covered in bruises.
They need the bed, and she wants out of there before the food kills her.
Need some help?
I'll tell you what. You pick her up. I'll hit the market, load up on goodies, and rent at least a dozen videos. You know what? If Doyle thinks we're after him, you can bet he's after us.
Let me help you.
I'm fine. Bad enough they wheel me out to the car. I'm gonna get myself into it. Damn.
You okay?
I'm fine. So what's the news?
On the case? Nothing so far. Doyle's no help. We put your descriptions out on the street, but...
They were too vague. A lank-haired girl, a big blonde punk. It was dark and it happened fast and
Relax, okay? Something will turn up. All the cops on the track are working it. It's just, there's so many homeless kids out there.
Yeah. Why don't we just go over to Yonge Street, spend a couple of hours cruising the strip? Maybe I'll see something.
You're on disability leave, Jolene.
Disability? Come on. I got some scratches, a couple of bruises, that's it. Besides, I bet Malcolm's over at my place now making chicken soup.
You wouldn't be far from the truth.
And you think I'm going to sit around watching chick flicks with him while those kids are out there?
That's exactly what you're going to do. You're the crime victim, not the investigating officer.
I'm no victim. And I take responsibility for my own mistakes.
You can blame yourself all you want. You're still not working this case.
What's Barry doing?
Covering his ass. But nobody's buying his protecting a source routine. They're going to pull his badge if he doesn't say where he went.
But he had nothing to do with the assault.
He left you, and he's covering up something. I'm going to find out what it is. You, on the other hand, are going to go home and get some rest.
But...
That's orders. Now, you want to stop at a Blockbuster and get some Jackie Chan before Malcolm buries you alive in Tom Hanks? Yeah.
Wake up.
Jolene, are you okay?
I'm fine, Charlie. But I need you to wake up. Now.
Okay, I'm awake. What's happening?
I'm in that noodle shop at Charles & Young. Southeast corner. You know it?
Jolene, it's 3 o'clock in the morning.
I know.
If you wanted something to eat, you could have ordered in.
I'm not hungry. I came out to look for those kids, and I found one of them. She's in a coffee shop across the street.
Just stay there, Jolene. Don't try to make the bust.
Charlie, she's sitting with Barry Doyle. Charlie, over here, in the doorway.
Damn it, Jolene, you're not well enough to be out here
Turn out the light. Over there, look. He's paying the bill. What's he giving her?
An envelope.
It's hard to see. My damn eye is swollen shut.
And you're out driving in the rain?
Talk about dumb luck, eh? Never figured to run into Barry with her. Did you tail him tonight?
I tried to. He made me ride off. I lost him. Then I realized he was following me, so I went home. What in hell is he doing now?
This is nuts. Do you hug your snitches?
Not if they're underage females.
Maybe he's supplying the kids. Maybe that's why they figured I had dope in the van.
Well, if he's supplying them, why mess everything up by jumping you?
Yeah. Maybe it's something worse.
That's a big maybe.
Guess we're gonna have to find out.
You are in no shape to be gathering evidence.
They're splitting up. Here, take my camera.
Why do I need a video camera?
Shoot pictures. Get her friends on tape. I'm sticking with Doyle. He'll make you.
He'll make you too.
No. He knows I'm home. Sick in bed.
Picture quality isn't good, but... lousy light. Anyway, I followed her to this squad on Jarvis and shot this through the window.
Pause it. That's him. The boy taking the money from her. That's the one went psycho.
Will you sit down?
Come on, Charlie. We'll get some backup. Take them in tonight.
And let Barry slide?
Barry is home in his crummy little duplex snoring. They'll give him up by morning.
You think so?
These little mopes can't take any kind of serious interrogation.
They're still underage. Just try and interrogate them without a social worker or a parent in the room, and family services will be all over you.
Well, what do you want me to do, Charlie? 'Cause I'm telling you, that kid is big and he's dangerous.
Look, we don't even know who that kid is, and we don't have any idea what's really going on. Maybe the girl is Barry's snitch. Maybe he's getting ready to put the punk away. We've got to go slow.
That's way too many maybes. I want to put this kid away for a long, long time.
We'll get him into adult court then.
Sounds good to me.
If you want that, let's make sure we've got a case against him that'll work. Okay? Okay?
Whatever it takes.
Good. Now go back to bed until I call you.
Spare change, mister?
That's her.
God, how old do you figure she is?
15, 16?
Yeah, we're paying. So what?
The kid with the shiner?
Is the other kid. Don't have anything on him yet, but last night he didn't have a shiner.
You don't own the corner.
Well, let's go to work.
Spare change? Spare change?
Hi, how's it going?
Great, how about you?
Kinda wet.
She's broke,
Yeah.
man.
Your bedroll okay?
Yeah, just fine.
Good. That's quite the shiner.
I've had better.
Yeah. You want some soup?
What you got?
Chicken noodle.
Gross. Where you guys from?
Frederick House.
You usually do better than that.
Yeah, it sucks, eh? But it'll keep you warm.
Who says I'm cold?
Cinder's never cold.
Cinder. Hardcore Naz. Where's it from?
Cinderella.
No way. What's it really short for? Cindy?
Make me gag.
Spare change, mister?
Yeah, Cindy. Sounds like a breath mint.
Or a Barbie doll. My mom always called me that. Cindy, I hated it.
You should have asked her to stop.
I would have if she ever noticed I was alive. Jason, unmarked car.
So? Who cares?
What did your dad call you?
Bullethead calls her Cynthia.
Come on, Jason.
You got a beef with the law?
Maybe they got a beef with us. But I don't push.
They don't push on anybody who pans. Come on.
I want some soup.
Here you go. Need anything else?
Yeah. Actually, I want it all. You got a problem with that?
I'm out of here.
Hey, Cinder! Hey, you come back here. It's not even him.
A cop in an unmarked car takes a special interest in those two. Wonder who might be behind that.
You know any 16-year-old girls named Cynthia?
Cynthia. Doyle?
I told her to stay home.
I've got a key. We could check. Make sure she's okay.
You know she's not there. Next time I'm going to cuff her to the couch.
Where are we going to find her?
Walking up the street to her condo.
Jolene?
Don't start.
I told you to sit tight.
I appreciate your concern, but you aren't my father.
So where have you been then?
I woke up this morning, decided I'd just kind of casually drive by that squat. There's a guy boarding it up, no kids in sight.
You talked to the guy?
Yeah. He said somebody had gone through the place about dawn, grabbed one kid, beat him pretty good. Took the kid's money. And get this. One of the other kids called it in. On her cell phone.
They get the guy?
Long gone by the time they got there.
Any guesses?
Jolene, I need to talk to you.
Yeah? About what?
It's private.
Protecting his daughter.
What?
Your other case. The street kids. One of them's your daughter.
His daughter?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Cynthia. Not your average snitch, is she?
Look, can we go inside? I can't do this on the street.
Coffee?
No.
So, you ready?
Okay. Gail, my ex-wife, and I, we broke up 3 years ago. My fault, she said. Said I was over-possessive, too demanding, brought the job home every night, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes I wonder if I ever loved her, or if she was just convenient. But our Cynthia, I loved her all right. I work undercover, for God's sake. I couldn't take her.
So your wife got custody?
No, I gave her custody. I don't think Cynthia ever forgave me for that. Her and her mum, from the time she turned 11, they were at each other's throats. Then this guy Peter hooks up with Gail, and the three of them moved to Vancouver.
That when you cut off the child support?
I cut off the child support when I found out Cynthia wasn't there. She told me Peter started in on her. Discipline with a belt. If I had known, Anyway, she took off. Her mum didn't even report her missing. Barely 15, and my wife writes her off and keeps taking my checks.
What happened?
A couple of months ago, Cynthia showed up with Jason. I wanted her to move in with me, but she said she and Jason needed a place of their own. At 15. Told me if I tried to snatch her, she'd run, I'd never see her again. I didn't want that.
So you started giving her money?
I even set them up in an apartment. He trashed the place, got him thrown out. Did it again, same result. Close to $10,000 damage on the second place. So I started giving her cash, her child support.
What happened the night before last? Why they...
I don't know. They don't think straight, these kids. I mean, well, what do they know? They're just kids.
Doesn't make them less dangerous.
That night, it was her that called.
Yeah, we took it that far.
She said, Daddy, I'm in trouble. I need you. Wouldn't tell me anything else. Gave me an address on Shooter. Said, come right away. I owed her that much. The address she gave was Massey Hall.
She set me up.
She's a decent kid, and she didn't know what Jason was going to do. I'm sorry. After your beating, I was trying to make her get out of town. Met her in a coffee shop. I gave her $3,000. I told her, get on a train, get out of here.
The money went straight to Jason.
I was going to follow her and check that out, but when I saw Jolene on my tail, I went home, turned out the lights, and waited.
Then you went to the squat.
He had the money, said he wasn't going anywhere, and that I'd protect him. I thumped him out, I took my money back, and I left.
That explains the shiner. So you left her with him?
She got away, called the cops.
On her cell phone.
I gave it to her. For emergencies.
So that's it? Obstructing justice?
I abandoned her, and she's in trouble. I gotta help her. Will you help me?
You know where they are? Her and Jason?
I want her record kept clean.
Look at me, Barry. She set me up.
It's not her fault. Jason, he's nuts. At least talk to her. Give her a chance to explain.
She gives me Jason with enough evidence to put him into adult court. Maybe I'll intervene on her behalf. And that's a big maybe.
Dad was always bragging, about his cases. Told me how bad he was.
He was undercover going to do this sting. Said he had this heroin to sell to this dork stock guy. So I say, like, real heroin, Daddy? And he says, oh, it has to be real, Cynthia, from the lockup, but the bust is no good.
Great, eh? Trying to impress your daughter with the inside dope on a drug sting?
She was street tough, so I talked street tough.
I told Jason, and he said, let's take the stuff. Nothing he can do to stop us. And I said, okay.
Why? Why'd she want to do that? I was supporting her.
So you
and
thought I
him.
had heroin in the van?
Well, yeah. We thought you were doing this sting. So I called the old man and got him to come looking for me. And Jason says, well, let's do it.
So you set me up for Jason?
It was like an accident.
You ever have accidents like that before?
I don't know, maybe.
Maybe. The kid's first assault charge? He took a 2x4 to his brother.
I think you do know Cinder. I think you've seen him do worse than this.
Yeah, well, he's been in foster homes right from when he was 6. What do you expect?
I expect the truth, not this victim crap.
I got nothing more to say.
She's got to testify against Jason. Bring in other cases. It's the only way to get him into adult court.
I know that.
If you got nothing more to say, then you're going down with him. You'll be in juvie for at least 3 years.
Let me talk to her. I know I can break through. Cynthia?
What do you want?
I want to get you out of here.
Good, do it.
You know it's not that simple.
Jason says you guys can do whatever you want.
Jason is a little jerk.
Well, at least he takes care of me.
Takes care of you. He's the reason you're here.
You don't care anyway.
Of course I care.
You always treated me like a little snitch, and you still do.
A snitch?
Spying on Mom before and after the breakup. Only reason you do anything at all for me is to get back at her.
No, that's not true.
You left me. That's the truth. And you're still treating me like a snitch. Trying to make me fake out my guy, my new old man. Well, I'm not going to do it.
Look, Cynthia.
Oh, will you just get out, will you? I've got nothing to say.
Barry, it's not helping.
I love you, honey. I love you, honey.
Yeah, right.
That went good, eh?
Sorry, I thought...
You really love Jason.
I think so.
A lot. To give up your life, go to jail. Doesn't it scare you?
What?
When he blows up, starts beating on somebody.
Sometimes.
Look at me, Cinder. You ever been beaten like this?
Once. Uncle Peter.
You remember what it feels like? Knowing the next punch is coming? You remember that numb part when you know you're still getting hit, but it doesn't matter because the pain is already eating the whole world?
He wasn't supposed to hurt you.
But he did. Remember waking up in the morning and for a minute you forget what happened. And then the pain twists into you again.
I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry, be smart. If he can do this to me, he can do it to you. And he will.
She gave you what you wanted.
That's right, and we are not going to press charges.
Then you got no right to keep her in juvenile hall.
You can't seriously expect her to be released into your custody.
I'm her father.
But not her favorite person.
Well, that's gonna change now. Now that Jason's out of the way.
Look, Barry, this doesn't make any sense. I mean, it's not like catching these kids puts you out of the forest, you know. There's still issues here. You let your personal life get between you and the job. Another officer got hurt, and then you got in the way of the investigation.
She's my kid.
And that will be taken into consideration at your disciplinary hearing. But in the meantime, you better be careful.
Be careful and leave my daughter locked up? You know what it's like in there?
A hell of a lot better than the street.
Ah, hell it is. It's the street locked in a cage. I want her with me. And I've hired a lawyer to make sure it happens.
S.I. McPhee. I see. They contacted her mother? She did. Fine. You got yourself a good lawyer, huh?
Who was it?
Social Services. Cynthia is to be released into Constable Doyle's care at the instructions of her guardian. She's waiting at Juvie Hall.
I better get over there.
Barry.
Yeah.
This is a mistake.
No, it's gonna be fine. You'll see, it's a new beginning for us both.
Doyle,
Yes, sir.
you blow this. I'm not going to forget it.
I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, what?
Charlie?
Yeah, Jolene.
Sorry, I know it's late.
What is it?
I just got a call from Barry Doyle.
Yeah?
Cinder took off while he was on an all-night steak. Got home, his TV was gone. She used her cell in Hamilton to try and get through to Jason. Doyle went over there. A beat cop south side of town ID'd her getting into a semi with Alberta plates.
He get a make on the truck?
Yeah. Driver dropped her off in North Bay. He says he figures she got picked up in front of a Tim Hortons. A white car. Nobody was paying attention. They don't even remember which direction she was headed.
Yeah. Jason's hearing is tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah. Without her testimony...
I'm sorry, Jolene.
I'll be fine. Think she'll survive?
You have been listening to Just Watch, this week's episode of The Old Guy by Paul LeDoux. Featured in the cast tonight, Robert Haley as Charlie McMahon, William Colgate as Kirk, Ryan Rogerson as Malcolm, Karen Glave as Jolene. With them you also heard Jeffrey Bowes as Barry Doyle, Catherine Long as Cinder, and John White as Jason. The music was composed and conducted by Milan Kymlick. The recording engineer was Wayne Richards. Sound effects were by Matt Wilcott. Colleen Woods was the associate producer. Our coordinating producer is Barry Morgan. The program was produced and directed in Toronto by Bill Howell, the executive producer of the Mystery Project. I'm Bob Boving, thanking you for listening and inviting your comments. See you next week.